number 19, Cody Clark, number 20, Ella Schultz, and number 99, Brooke Sheehan. They are coached by Cristobal Soto, assisted by Chris Ridley, and managed by Lydia Tolkien. We also have Michael Chen and Brendan McLeod as their physios. For the AC Carina team, who finished second on the table, in the number 2 jersey we have Nicole Cloutier, number 8, Sarah Nevarez, number 9, Michaela DeSavia, number 12, Keisha Martinuzzo, number 14, Catherine Tibbles, number 19, Madison Rejtano, number 21, Jessia Gibson, number 30, Kiralee Phillips, number 33, Lauren Rockner, 36, Georgie Liz Clark, the last starter, number 99, Catherine Kirkwood. On the bench, the alternate goalkeeper is Corinda Moodley in the number 1 jersey, number 11, Marguerite de Roquefort, number 13, Olivia Arnold, number 16, Brianna Phillips, number 24, Chelsea Fryer, and number 35, Sinead London.
It's a Super Sunday doubleheader coming your way with the Brisbane Premier League Grand Finals live from Perry Park. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Coughlin, here to bring you all the action on the Football Queensland YouTube channel. It is a beautiful day here in Bowen Hills, and it's a big clash to round out the Brisbane Women's Premier League season with Broadbeach United taking on AC Carina. Broadbeach looking to complete the unbeaten season with one final hurdle to clear before they complete the set. They've got plenty of firepower on display and will be eager to showcase their talents on the big stage, while AC Carina are happy to play the underdog role. They built their success on the competition's second best defence with just 19 goals conceded during the season. For Broadbeach United, the starting 11, the goalkeeper Daisy Lorenz, number 3 Georgia Keane, 6 Kristen McGilvray, 9 Emily Anderson, 10 Chelsea Tevalue, 11 Jade Bianchetti, 12 Serena Smith, 13 Kalia Clothier-Tom, 16 Nisa Doyle, 23 Jodie Prince, 27 Kristen Layton. For AC Carina, the goalkeeper Kathy Kirkwood, number 2 Nicole Cloutier, 8 Sarah Novaraz, 9 Michaela DeSavia, 12 Keisha Martinuzzo, 14 Catherine Tibbles, 19 Madison Retano, 21 Jessica Gibson, 30 Kiralee Phillips, 33 Lauren Wachner, and number 36 Georgie Liss. Got a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The pitch at Perry Park is looking in pretty decent shape. Just a reminder, this is the first of a double-header coming your way. We also have the men's Brisbane Premier League Grand Final, Business Plaza Brisbane Premier League Grand Final, scheduled for a 5:30 kickoff between Albany Creek and Bayside United. What else would you rather do on a Sunday afternoon other than watch a whole lot of football? And the good news is, we've got a whole lot of football for you. Some final team huddles over in the safety of the shade. It is quite a warm afternoon. But what else would you expect in southeast Queensland in mid-October? The final words have been spoken for one of the clubs. Now we'll just wait for the other one to come through. A fairly healthy cheer squad has made the trip up the M1 for Broadbeach as well. So the grand final winner of the Brisbane Women's Premier League will be decided over the next 90 or maybe 120 minutes. We'll have to wait and see. The Cloutier getting us underway, and here we go, the 2021 Brisbane Women's Premier League Grand Final. Gibson battling for the ball early, but losing out to McGilvray, and she'll look to spray it out wide. Strong work by Rotano. She continues to battle in midfield. Bianchetti stopping to pause there before passing it back, but the ball is intercepted in midfield, and Carina trying to strike an early blow, but nothing coming from that. Anderson unable to bring that one under control, and eventually it's out for a throw-in for the nominal home side today, which is, of course, Broadbeach. Broadbeach in their yellow kit. A long throw-in into the box is taken, and just a heavy touch sends that one over the byline. And chance now for Kirkwood to launch a counter-attack. A little bit of a cautious pace to start this match, as you probably would expect. Neither team wanting to burn themselves out early, but this could be on now for Broadbeach. And the battle in the box, and down goes Phillips, but plenty of pressure being applied, and Green bench possibly feeling like there should have been a free kick there. Tavalue battling for the ball. Header on now, chance in midfield, long range shot taken, and it's just over the bar as Keane was keen for an early shot. I promise that will be one of the last times I try and make that pun. Phillips with the lofted ball forward, unable to pick out Martizuno. Instead, the Prince is able to take the ball back in midfield, and here she is again trying to force something through, but all the blue jerseys blocking that one, and now chance for a free kick for Carina. They try and enjoy their first forward foray. Compact group of players for Wagner to aim for, and lofts it down that far touchline. All I can find is the grass and eventually the sideline. It's headed on Bianchetti. Taken up station on that right flank. It has been a remarkable season for Broadbeach. To complete the set this season, they've already claimed the BWPL Premiership, as well as the Elaine Watson Cup. They've been nothing short of dominant this season. 17 wins, 4 draws, 0 defeats in the league. 81 goals scored, just 12 conceded. There's no doubt about that semi-final against Kangaroo Point. 3-1 winners. And now trying to take an early lead in the final game of the 2021 season. Prince, once again, just dogged determination in midfield, winning out. DeSavia on the ball. And Carina just was told they would play a 4-5-1 today, just for a little bit more defensive solidarity. Still going to try and press high up. Opting to play Gibson out wide, and Phillips is caught on the ball. It could be an opportunity now for Broadbeach. The ball is played forward. There is Anderson. Trying to fashion a bit of space to make something happen. Exchanging the 1-2 with Tevalue. Eventually goes to Carina, and they're able to clear it over the sideline for a throw-in. Gilvray unable to track that one down, and Lochner is more than happy to just see that one over the byline. Plenty of experience in this Carina side, but they are still looking for that crucial first victory over Broadbeach this season, just like the rest of the competition. Phillips, once again, she's been targeted quite a lot early, but this time they're going to go to that other side, and Bianchetti loses out, but still Broadbeach in possession as they take the patient approach, trying to build up, and one is deflected by Tibbles. Phillips winning the battle with Tevalue. Free kick now for Broadbeach after Phillips went through Tevalue. Leighton taking free kick duties. She find the telling delivery. It's lofted into the air, and they overturned down an attacking free kick, but could be on now. Here's Anderson through into the box, taking the shot on, palmed around. It's still there for Tevalue on the rebound. A beautiful double save. And it's Kirkwood coming up big here early. And for all money, you would have backed Tevalue 6 yards out to bury that chance, but Kirkwood able to get across quickly and deny the Broadbeach striker another goal this season. 23rd. The corner routine goes to the back post, and a bit too much on that, so behind it goes. And a fairly hefty challenge. Fells Cloutier, and she gets the free kick as Nisa Doyle is possibly reintroducing herself to Cloutier. Novaraz dispossessed in midfield. Now Keane. Space, but now it's back with Novaraz to Savia. You can see the move they were trying to put together with Martizuno, but overlapping run down that far side wasn't there. And the ball and cross the sideline, so we'll come back for the throw-in. Searching ball and first touch. Dispossessed, and Broadbeach now back on the ball. Lorenz is battling through a broken hand, which for 10 positions on the field wouldn't be too big of a deal, but certainly not what you'd be hoping for as a goalkeeper, but toughing it out, and Broadbeach are very happy to have their shot stopper back in goals this week. Now in comes the ball from Tevalue towards the back post, and Bianchetti goes close. Savia the target with the goal kick, but once again the midfield winning out, and it's Keane with the interception, and Bianchetti losing out for Rotano. Rotano gives away the corner, and another opportunity for Broadbeach, and it's the side that you'd fancy them to cause a bit of damage, especially with a lofted ball that will force Kirkwood to look into the afternoon sun. Comes the corner towards the spot, and could now fall, and Keane can't get on the end of it. Novaraz unable to get on the end of it. McGilvray instead sending it out wide for another delivery into the box. Options to aim for, and it's a low ball that can't get by the Carina defender, and that ball is eventually going to get returned off the roof of the Bill Waddle stand, and down it goes. And the ball is kicked into the hands, and we've got the opening goal of the game. That looked like it could have been a handball. Nothing was given because of the range, and Broadbeach all of a sudden have the lead. A fantastic improvised shot out of nowhere, outside of the foot, and we're going to have a discussion now with the referee and his assistant. And the goal has been chalked off. It was called a handball. So after consultation with the assistant referee, Carina survive, and we are still scoreless in the BWPL Grand Final. And coincidentally enough, the section of the crowd in Broadbeach gear disagreed with that decision, but they may not be upset for too long, and very nearly an own goal as that touch by Phillips is just by the near post, and Kirkwood put through plenty of work so far. We're only 14 minutes in. And Doyle just having an explanation from the referee about why that was given. And of course, a nice reminder that the referees, judge, juries, and in some cases, executioners. Comes the corner from Keane and finds a free header, and it's unable to be cleared off the line. That one's not getting chalked off. Broadbeach lead. In a crowd of bodies. We'll have to get confirmation on who that goal scorer was, but in the meantime, all we know is that Broadbeach, they've been knocking on the door and now have the lead that they've been looking for. Carina, they've got to go on the attack, try and chase down this deficit. And We'll try and push forward in numbers a little bit more. And now a chance could be on here, but off the line well with Lorenz. It's going to be an offside flag in the end. And the goal was scored by Prince. So we do just have confirmation of that. Broadbeach looking to go on the attack and get a quick fire double. So Jody Prince with the opening goal in the grand final. Carina now looking to get things back, but Prince not giving them any room or time on the ball. Phillips mining with Gibson to get the ball back. Looking for DeSavia, but can't find the intended target. That one is played off DeSavia. Eventually it goes back to Lorenz. Anderson snods that over the sideline. Gibson changing passes with Phillips, and Leighton getting whistled there for a little bit too physical from behind. The ball is launched forward now, and Claudier trying to get on the end of it, but Doyle knew what was coming. Alvarez for DeSavia, and DeSavia gets tripped up. The foul was for an earlier infringement on Novaraz. Duo 8 and 9 for Carina. They'll be the ones that try and make things happen. The twin playmakers operating in behind Claudier. It will be DeSavia to deliver. 5 blue jerseys to aim for on the offside line as Broadbeach look to step up. Comes the ball from DeSavia, and Luren spills it, and behind it goes for a corner. And it's just landing in that really awkward spot for Daisy Lorenz. One was swerving around as well, but it was dealt with, maybe not ideally, but dealt with by the Broadbeach keeper. Lofted ball for Claudia. It's over the head of everybody, and she's now looking for support. Eventually plays it off Doyle for an attacking throw-in. So Carina still with a chance here to keep the pressure on. Claudia dispossessed, and she's still down. Just got caught on the shin. She won't be able to chase that down, coming from an offside position. Lure and instead will just ball at her feet, pick it up, size up her options. Over the head of Ritano. Here's Anderson. Play that outside of the foot pass and through ball played, but nobody in yellow was making a run. Long clearance over halfway, and Cartier trying to put the pressure on Doyle. She did get a foot to that, but couldn't feed it to Martinuzzo. Chested down by Leighton, and forward it goes. Tavalue trying to get it for McGilvray. The pressure forced a rush pass from Phillips, and over the sideline it goes. Long throw in, almost picks out McGilvray, and Carina haven't been able to clear their lines. That ball was sent straight up into the sideline. It hit the head. It could be in here. Tavalue denied. Mahoney goes for a corner, and there were plenty of appeals for a handball against one of the Carina players. Nothing was given there. Well defended by Phillips as Tavalue was trying to turn on the short angle for the byline. So low driving ball, it almost sneaks in, and once again it was Tavalue causing havoc at the near post, and Phillips pretty eager to have her swap sides possibly, and someone else, because so far Tavalue has been a real handful. Comes a corner from Keane towards the back post, and Doyle's header unable to be directed on target, but again that's another threatening set piece from Broadbeach as they try and double their advantage here in the 2021 BWPL Grand Final. Live on the Football Queensland YouTube page. I'm James Coughlin, your commentator for this afternoon. Wachner clears it away. The former Calabar centre-back also intervening in that instance. Throwing, and she's again Lauren Wachner. It's been a busy afternoon for the Carina defence. Have spent most of the first 25 minutes under the pump. They continue to do so here, but now a chance to clear their lines possibly, and Martinuzzo trying getting behind Clothier Tom, but unable to bring that one under control. Prince with a long ball looking to turn provider. Anderson getting on the end of it. And she get inside Liz. Fast footwork. Now we'll turn her attention to Rotano, but the Carina defender holds strong. Concedes a throw in, but could have been a lot worse at one point. Lofted into the air and comfortably claimed by Kirkwood, who produced a stunning double save early on if you're just joining us. Well, there was not a whole lot she could do. Prince's header on the quarter hour mark, but despite being on the wrong end of the attack in the opening 25 minutes, Carina don't feel too bad about the scoreline only being 1-0. And Smith just swinging it over for Nisa Doyle, a player I remember from NPL. Be a Broadbeach throw-in. And Savia rushing out in frustration, and it looks like she's going to be the first player into the referee's notebook this afternoon. Michaela de Savia with the booking, and it's the second yellow card of the season. Another threatening set piece with Prince lofting it towards the box, and they find Tevalue, but come off Gold Coast attacker, the Broadbeach attacker's head. Could open up something here with the Savia, freeing up Martinuzzo. Options in the middle if she can pick them out, but instead is well tracked back by the Broadbeach midfield. Once again, it's just very hard for Carina to find a way forward, but they may get something here with Cloutier unable to win the race against Lorenz for the ball. Cloutier just unable to bring that one under control, and now Smith is unceremoniously upended in midfield as Novaraz with the tackle this time. Not a whole lot of protest from the Carina midfield, which makes sense. Header could open up something, but getting the ball into the box, just not happening for Carina at the moment when they can get down those touch lines. Nothing doing from that throw-in. Keen's header over the sideline. It looks like the players are just opting to make use of what limited shade there is on the pitch at the moment, although that will grow as the afternoon goes on. Overas making a run, but throwing too strong and over her head. Liss with the interception and could be caught out of position, but Wapner's over to cover. Strong work now and could open up an opportunity. Once again, the through ball is blocked. Broadbeach is building a wall at the moment, not giving Carina a whole lot of anything. Starting to stretch out a little bit, and Overas just holding onto the ball, but an air swing could open up something. McGilvray getting past her initial defender, but pass not reaching its intended target. Here's Gibson trying to chase it down, but Smith, cool, calm and collected, just there to knock it back. Martinuzo back for a free kick. And that looks like it's been moved back just a little bit. Broadbeach looking to still a few extra yards to add to the threat from this long ball forward. Keen, nowhere to go, sends it all the way back for Doyle. Luo had straight offside, so couldn't really chase that one down. Now just asking Leighton to hold for a second and set up for the run, and Tevalue putting the pressure on, and it could pay dividends here for Broadbeach. Now space for Gibson to stretch out if she wants. Smith keeping a very close eye on her, and Gibson just opting to maintain possession. And Gibson able to get the better of Price. Phillips lofting that ball in towards the box. Lawrence staying on her line, and Doyle read that one and was able to pounce on the second ball and dribble it out, but it's actually going to work out really well for Carina. For Broadbeach, I beg your pardon. That's coming off Carina. Throw in after the full ball forward. Bianchetti playing it off the defender, Rotano. Be a chance for Broadbeach. Evalue trying to get it on the box and sliding for the ball. It was Ritano who was too strong in the end, and Gibson just skipping past the challenge of Leighton. You can see the fatigue really starting to set in, and players still continuing to push. It was a very warm afternoon, but now Gibson just checks her run, playing it back, and could fall now to Savia. His numbers back once again, and it's Clothier Tom combining with McGilvray for the clearance. And the ball onto the welcoming hands of Kirkwood. Launched into the air and headed away, and to Savia, and just looking and see Cloutier's struggling at the moment. She was on the ground, but has picked herself back up for the time being. Novaraz ends up on the ground, and on the free kick after that coming together. Wagner. Well, normally wouldn't be advisable from this range. You wonder with Lorenz' hand injury, does she go direct? She does not. Instead, just directly into the midriff of Clothier Tom. Martinuzzo. Again, just it's a 2-on-1 that works out for Broadbeach. And now here's Tevalue, 1-on-1. Can she get around Phillips? Taking the shot on from outside the box. And just a bit too much air on that as it goes over the bar. And 7 minutes of normal time remaining here in the first half, and the conditions are starting to take hold. Beautiful ball forward, able to almost find Bianchetti. And then Ritano able to play it off. Bianchetti for the goal kick. Intervention from Wagner, but beautiful cut out there from Liss. And a long range shot from McGilvray, and just falls short there for Kirkwood to pick up. And then a stumble on the ball and a double stumble in the end. Tevalue almost couldn't believe her luck. And Martinuzzo. For Anderson, he'll just look to deliver it first time for Tevalue, and Bianchetti. Exchange of passes. Carina now clear their lines. Cloutier once again on the ground, and that's going to be another free kick as Doyle just gets a ticking off. Gibson able to bring that one under control, and ball once again pinched in midfield. And just checking the run was Keane. Lofted ball forward, and eventually it finds its way to Bianchetti. And then Rotano able to play it off Bianchetti for the throw-in, despite the protestations from the Broadbeach attacker. Prince forcing a redo for the throw-in. Wagner looking to play it forward to Savia, who sees off Prince. And Savia sent that one over the sideline. I'm not sure if she thought there would be a teammate making a run, but either way, Broadbeach have the throw-in and can't make a whole lot of it with Bianchetti hitting it over the sideline. Just some of the action coming your way on this Super Sunday here in southeast Queensland. You've also got the NPL Women's Semi-Final up on NPL TV. Calabar taking on Gold Coast United. Winner to face Lions, who were 5-1 victors over East out at Richlands last night. And straight after this, well, not straight after this, 5:30 p.m. is the scheduled kickoff time. It's the Business Plaza Brisbane Premier League Men's Grand Final with enticing top of the table clash between Bayside and Albany Creek, with Albany Creek looking to possibly follow in the footsteps of Broadbeach and complete their set of trophies for the year. Broadbeach playing the premiership with 55 points. They were 17 clear of their nearest rivals, which just so happened to be Carina. So won the Elaine Watson Cup a fortnight ago. Thanks to a goal from Emily Anderson. Unfortunately for them, though, that win did come at a cost. Gemma Hicks, the club captain, was suspended after picking up a red card in that fixture. Speaking to the club before the match, described her as a very big part of the club and the squad. They missed her in the semi-final. They will today too. I was wanting to win it for her. Thus far, they are doing their job. 1-0 lead over Carina. Only 60 seconds of normal time remaining in this first half. I can't imagine anyone will be overly keen for an excessive period of stoppage time. Knocked forward Bianchetti. Can she keep it in? She can, and could lead to an opportunity now with Anderson. And there is a free kick awarded eventually for Carina, so the pressure is once again relieved. I see Carina, and that will be 45 minutes by my watch, as we just chase down one of the balls, and the fourth official will send it from halfway. Well, actually, looks like it's been retrieved from the car park, and somewhat worryingly near where I parked my car. well forward, and Carina lines to Savia. And eventually it's played away by Phillips. Lue and intercepted by Savia. Once again, Carina struggling to clear their lines. And Doyle with the long-range effort that we'll credit her with a pass for that. And that will be the final action of the first half here in the 2021 BWPL Grand Final. Is Broadbeach leading Carina thanks to a 15th minute goal from Jodie Prince. We'll be back after a chance to rehydrate and refresh at the halftime break. We'll speak to you then.
Make sure if you're thirsty, head up to the bar in the clubhouse. We've got plenty of beer, soft drink and water. And if you're looking for
I can announce the host country of the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, which will be Australia.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
Happiness is knowing you'll find the perfect vehicle every time. Thrifty, smiles all the way.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
I'm Paul Wade, I'm a former Socceroo captain and enjoying myself at the QUT Stadium on a beautiful sunny day, and 16 teams from all over Australia enjoying football, walking, having a great time. This is a benchmark that we hope the rest of the country take on. They've got a competition, they've got training sessions, they've coached referees to make sure that all the rules are adhered to. And I'm sure some of these players have not read the rule book, but it doesn't matter. They've all got a big smile on their face. That's the main thing. Some of these stories I've heard out here, some people haven't played, haven't met each other. They've come in, they train on a Tuesday, Thursday and Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning. And they play on the weekend. Like a couple of weeks ago, they didn't even know each other's name, and now they know whose family they're from and what weddings coming up. What a great way to socialise. And in this day and age, with all the mental health problems we have and the loneliness, the perfect avenue to get people back involved in the community.
The most I enjoy is about actually bringing a group of referees and a group of players together. It's being part of that, you know, that whole group of people coming together to enjoy a sport they love. And it doesn't matter whether they're injured or they feel that they're frail or whatever, they can get out there and enjoy themselves, and that's the great thing about walking football.
When my children were growing up through grassroots soccer, I helped with refereeing, and so that was a good introduction to it. And then I wanted to get fit myself, so walk football seemed to be a good option, and then I entered into refereeing. There's certainly some more rules to, from grassroots, you learn different rules, and then coming into walking football, there's different rules, but the consistency and the safety of those rules has made it great to play, and I feel makes players feel happier about coming on the field and not worrying about injury.
Oh, amazing touch. Spectacular.
Time the cross. A towering header.
The keeper's out. The net's open.
Some people can't hide their passion. Don't hide yours. Join our team.
Welcome back, everybody, for the second half of the 2021 BWPL Grand Final. I'm James Coughlin, your commentator for this afternoon, and here's Broadbeach leading Carina 1-0 in this top-of-the-table clash. As the girls in yellow are looking to complete an unbeaten season. 2021. We do have a halftime change for Carina. We'll bring that once we confirm who it was for. Another chance now, Carina going right to left on your screens as they try and overcome this first half deficit, and haven't really been able to challenge Daisy Lorenz aside from one long-range free kick from Michaela DeSavia. The chances have been slightly more plentiful for Broadbeach, forcing a couple of saves out of Kirkwood, as well as Jodie Prince's go-ahead goal as it stands at the moment. And coming on is number 35 for Shanae Lutton, and right now we'll stick with the action on the pitch as Carina almost was able to fashion something. And a chance could be on for Tevalue, who was busy in the first half and just put someone across the face of goal. A very busy Sunday of football coming your way across the Football Queensland channels. At 5:30 on YouTube is the Business Plaza Brisbane Premier League Grand Final between Albany Creek. And the chance could be on now. Lutton bearing down on it, and it's cleared away by Lorenz. She had to be on her toes there. Beautiful ball through. Lutton, key figure for this side, off the bench last week to win the semi-final at the death and making a presence felt early on. Now, what can Carina do with the corner from far touchline? It's a lofted ball in and knocked on by DeSavia, and chasing it down was Martinuzzo. Rotano trying something from range, and she'll try again. Rotano. There is some of that attacking intent we was told about before kickoff. Slip there from Keane, and Prince able to nod it on, and eventually it finds its way back to Broadbeach. And now a chance for Broadbeach. Here they come through the middle. It's Tevalue on the left foot and shoots it straight at Kirkwood. As Carina open up to try and chase the game down. That's the sort of chances that you could see coming more and more from the 2021 Premiers. launch it forward for a Lutton on the ball. Work by Smith, but in that instance the defender won out, but not. Gibson came in, and full-blooded challenges coming in early in the second half. Could hear that one all the way on the other side of the pitch at our camera position. Carina certainly starting the stronger of the two sides. They look a lot more energetic and a lot more lively compared to how they started the first half, and also how they finished the first half. And it's just moving a few players around, instead going short for Doyle. Rotano on the ball, and two Broadbeach players keeping a very close eye on her, but still able to get the pass around the corner for Martinuzzo. And she cut it back, but waiting there to pick the ball up was Anderson. There's one in midfield, and here's Martinuzzo, and she'll take the early shot on from range, and Loren's just happy to take that one without too much pressure on her. And this is header able to get back for Wachner. Wachner, who it's barreled over off the ball, but no foul given to Xavier. Went for it, but Prince called for the free kick, so the endeavours of Michaela de Savia coming through here. Martinuzzo has found plenty of space over on this near touchline, but instead to go far. And then not a whole lot of options for Leighton to play behind for the corner, and that's going to be the next passage of play, but Leighton does not look well. He's certainly hobbled. She'll take up station on one of the posts. It's now at the delivery. Can Carina cause some havoc as the ball finds DeSavia at the near post, but it's cleared away by Broadbeach. Martinuzzo busy, and eventually that's lofted forward by Rotano, able to find Lutton, looking for the header, but desperation effort there from Doyle. He's able to head it off Lutton for the goal kick. Will be the first to retrieve this football, and DeSavia stepped on the ball, and that seems to come back for Keane. She'll go for a run through Keane. Anderson now on the ball, and can't get through the duo of Tibbles and Wachner. Taken, and Leighton in, flicked on by Keane, could fall now for Anderson, and Wrestled off the ball. Rotano to kickstart something, but Gibson is cut out by Prince, who part of just such an influential midfield trio for Broadbeach. Time for a first goal of the season to open up proceedings here in the grand final. Broadbeach playing it out. Still not clearing their lines. We have a stoppage as they retrieve the ball. Wide it goes, and there's a necessary intervention from Phillips again. Confirming number 11 for Carina is Monty Durocafe. And then the attack from Broadbeach is cut out for a handball. Prince just once again a calming presence in midfield, playing it off for McGilvray. Just past the challenge of DeSavia, but on through for Tevalue. And DeSavia could have options. She can play it through. There's Rotano, could be caught out of position after her forward foray from left back. McGilvray forward now for Tevalue, and play it off Walkner. And is comfortably claimed in the end. Anderson to exchange passes with Tevalue, and instead it's a beautiful ball through, and almost was able to pick out Clothier Tom, who went forward, but it was a driving pass that she just could have got a foot on it. No stopping that. Carina will be going to their bench again. Being withdrawn It'll be Jess Gibson. And coming on, Olivia Arnold, who scored in the final regular season game. That was her only goal of the season from 8 appearances. Carina still trying to find a way back. There's been a real arm wrestle between the two sides that finished on top of the ladder at the end of the season, and Lochner more bravely left that to try and clear with the foot, knowing Tevalue was lurking. And Savia once again just calm on the ball. Strong effort by Rotano. She's on the ball again, but just enough pressure from Anderson to dispossess her. And Anderson's taken up a slightly deeper role in this half, just to make it, it looks like, from our vantage point, a midfield 4. Not that I'm sure that will really stop her from joining the attack. What's in the title anyway? Norton. And the ball, and a beautiful effort through, could find Keane, and she'll chip it towards the back post, and it's still alive, and eventually claimed by Kirkwood. And once again, Broadbeach denied. Once again, ball's back and keepers off the line, but nothing's coming from that passage of play. That was not an effort that Kirkwood was overly happy with. And down goes Prince. So Prince, she turned provider here with half a dozen teammates to aim for as they prepare to make their runs in the box. Already Prince sizing up her options, and Lawton now coming back, so everyone back from Carina to defend. She puts him towards the back post, and it's just nodded away. Key intervention there from Phillips as Norton was looking just behind, and had it not been for that touch, the ball probably would have fallen to her. No driving ball, and Lochner just says we'll go again. It goes and headed away by Phillips. Busy this afternoon, put through a lot of work. Delivery finds Doyle. Just can't get the direction on it. Gilvray to Norton, and all the way back it goes for Lorenz. And Broadbeach just exchanging passes, and a misplaced header there from Liss. They could now wind up with something from Anderson, but Liss recovers well and gets it behind for the corner. Good recovery from Liss. list is quite frequently involved for Carina this year. 16 appearances, and she comes for the grand final. He's headed behind and nothing doing from that corner. The longer this half goes on, we wonder, will they see Carina be able to just find a breakthrough? All they need is one moment. I'm sure that is what the bench is reminding those players out there so far. He made 3 substitutions. The question is, can one of them prove to be an impact sub? They played last week in the semi-final win with the goal, but they've got to defend here, and that is exactly what Phillips did, playing it behind. Another corner. They are starting to mount up for Broadbeach, but aside from that first one, we haven't really seen too much damage caused from the set pieces. The ball just rolls off its spot. And replaced. Headed away once again. Phillips popping up in a crucial spot. Lutton's making the run ahead, and they pick her out. It's a one-on-one. Lutton just can't get to the ball. McGillivray there in cover. Prince just concedes a throw in. So no movement on the Broadbeach bench whatsoever. Rockafay can't chase that one down and spins over the sideline for a throw in. Carina on the ball again, just looking for a way forward. Instead they have to go all the way back. Martinuzo sends it back to the keeper, and Norton just deflects that one out. It forward for Anderson, and Anderson's flick on is returned with a whole lot of interest by Wachner, and Savia with a really strong challenge. She could be in trouble. She's already been booked, and it looks like that is going to be a second yellow card for Michaela DeSavia. She is off. Carina are down to 10. DeSavia not happy with that, but it was a call. She leapt for that ball. She caught Prince, and Prince has stayed down. It's going to be a long, lonely walk back for Michaela DeSavia, who had been so influential in midfield. Now she'll be forced to watch the final 22 minutes. this force a reshuffle from Carina. As they now have to chase this 1-0 deficit down. While playing with 10. You're only, by our stats, only been booked one time this season, picks up 2 in the space of 70 minutes. Prince gets that flick on, and here's Tevalue chasing it down. Teammate just comforting Jasavia as she makes her way around on the other side of the fence. Broadbeach fans, I believe, making themselves heard. See an inflatable dolphin over in the stands as well. Lutton. Intentional knockback and towards Martinuzzo. Actually, it's pounced on by Broadbeach, and here they go once again, and this clears her lines. And Lutton on her own with not a whole lot of support. Will she go herself? She'll instead try and play the through ball and then a improvised shot. Rocafe is calmly claimed by Lurens. Lisa Doyle on the ball once again, looking to start something. Out it goes for Norton. And Phillips looks like she'll be beaten by numbers, but able to recover well. There's Rocafe again on the ball, forward for Arnold. She's felled, but legally. Anderson with a beautifully weighted ball through, and Keane just can't bring that one under control. Looks like we're going to have another change for Carina as they adapt to the red card shown for Michaela DeSavio. And Martinuzzo will make way, and coming on in number 16 is Phillips. Carly Phillips. Oh, beg your pardon, it's Brianna Phillips. Currently, of course, is right back in number 30. Currently is one of a few players to feature in every match for Carina this season in their path to the BWPL Grand Final. Brianna will be looking to add to a tally on the season. She's got 3 goals on the season from 14 appearances, and how valuable would a 4th one be right now? The final 15 minutes here at Perry Park, the home of football in Brisbane, and on the turn, it's a beautiful turn there by Temalue, but muscled off by Wachner, and Lutton just sees that one over the sideline. I'm sure she was expecting that to be played out her way. Draining 75 plus minutes from both teams. They've gone back and forth thus far, and draining conditions, so see how much is left in the tank in the final 15 minutes. Just a reminder, at 5:30 we've got the Business Plaza Brisbane Premier League Men's Grand Final. Albany Creek and Bayside, and the last meeting is anything to go by. We should be for an absolute belter. And it eventually finds its way back for Lorenz with certainly nervous clearance, with Phillips keeping a close eye on her, and Phillips receiving end of this throw in, the substitute, Phillips. And Wachner slipped as she played it through, but there's a bit of backspin on it. Lutton just a step or two away. And the ball through could free up Anderson, with a tired Liss chasing it down. Can she find the delivery? Just not quite on the same page as her attacking partner. And here's McGilvray looking for the insurance goal, but not a whole lot on that. Broadbeach winning it back. Anderson on the ball again. She'll go herself this time and take the shot on, but just got underneath the ball. There is a whole lot more footballing action coming your way, not just the next grand final. Also got the National Premier League Women's semi-final between Capalaba and the Gold Coast going on as well. Catch that on demand on NPL TV if you want to stick with us for the final 12 and a bit minutes, or 43 and a bit minutes if Carina happened to score 1 goal. And coming up next weekend, it is the NPL Women's Grand Final. Lions will take on the winner of that Capalaba Gold Coast clash. It'll be right here Saturday the 23rd of October, and shot taken on, and it's almost in there, and it looks like Kirkwood didn't know a whole lot about that. Just flung the leg out. Right now, Broadbeach, you have to say, are looking the more likely to score. Starting to just grind this match out, and you know, it doesn't matter final if it's 1-0, 2-0, 5-0, as long as you're on the correct side of the scoreline. Leighton lifting it forward now. Rotano Lutton picking it up and to exchange passes back with Reitano. But now Lorenz is off her line. If Lutton can spot her, instead holding on to the ball, and now it's to Rocafe, and Lorenz had recovered by that point. Here is Reitano taking the first time shot. Chance could be on now for Broadbeach. They've got numbers here coming forward. It's Anderson. Can she put the game to bed? No, she can't, thanks to the intervention from Phillips.
10 minutes to go in the BWPL Grand Final. Let's get some more noise from these ladies. They've been digging deep.
10 minutes remaining, as you just heard the ground announcer say. Comes the ball. It could now fall Doyle. She's been so influential. How fitting would it be if she gets the goal that secures the set for Broadbeach, but now instead it's a centre-back partner, Smith, going for a run, and outside of the foot, fires in just wide. That one was close. It was Norton with the strike, and you're going to have one last change for Broadbeach. It is Leighton withdrawn, and Norton will swap into that fullback role, and Maddie Hunt will make her way on. And Prince forward, and Reitano still keeping on going for the 10-player Carina. McGilvray on the ball. Try and put the game to bed, Broadbeach, and Hunt bring it under control. Time is running out for Carina. Down a player. It's going to take something special from someone here. And can someone step up and make that difference? Or will it be Broadbeach holding on? We'll find out in the next 7 or so minutes. It's nodded on, and Phillips being chased, but well played there. The Broadbeach defence, they've been resolute all afternoon. And Anderson now getting by a super tired list. And Anderson just taking the time to measure it up now. Free strike. Is going to be the moment. It will not. Evaluate just couldn't get the ball out from under her feet. And on the turn, it's Lutton chasing it down. Smith, too quick. Chance could be on. Here's Hunt. Put the game to bed. Norton in a bit of space, just patient in the build-up. And There's 5 minutes remaining. Carina. How much have they got left in the tank? They're down to 10. The ball goes forward, but Lutton, the nearest player, but once again it's found its way to Nisa Doyle, who's been immense. He's cutting out just about every attack, and King's pass. Phillips might be caught out by the substitute Hunt, but the Carina defence holding on. And Phillips just pokes that one over the sideline. And this is exactly where Broadbeach will want the ball. Able to kick that one in and concedes another throw in. Broadbeach just need cool heads now. They've got the advantage. It's chipped over and just wide once again. Another chance. Just goes begging from Broadbeach. For Carina, first and foremost, they've got to get it out of their own half. Played by Rotano, firing it off Anderson, and we will have one last change now, and it's going to be Arnold withdrawn, the substitute coming off. Coming on Chelsea Fryer. So back to the bench for Carina. They've got nothing to lose here. They've just got to find a way through. Of course, like many teams have found this season with Broadbeach, it's a lot easier said than done. There's Lutton. Ball is played through. They've got numbers on this far side. Durokafe. Can she find the delivery for Lutton, who's made the run through, still on the ball? And just can't get it through. Desperate defending once again from Doyle. A long-range shot from Tibbles. Now Broadbeach looking to go on the counter-attack. A foul there on Hunt, not given, well, eventually given. And Broadbeach just taking precious seconds off the clock. And then a lunging challenge by Phillips. Got the ball, according to the referee. And now Lutton. Can she be the late hero again? And she gets called for the foul, trying to go through Smith. It was a big moment in the game. So no card for Lutton, just talking to for the Broadbeach defence. Once again, just grinding. Final few seconds off. Norton just holding on to the ball. The Carina part of the crowd spurring their team on, trying to get them back in it. And Doyle just shielding it over and eventually forced to play it, with Phillips just bearing down on her. Long throw in. Behind it goes for the corner. Will we see Kirkwood going forward? And just about everyone for Carina. In response, everyone's coming back for Broadbeach. Wagner staying back and now goes to the substitute back heel. Loose in the box. It's saved. And on the follow-up, Lutton, can she bury it? No, she put it over. That was a chance. It was there for Lutton. But she couldn't be the hero 2 weeks in a row. And once again, with a broken hand, Daisy Lawrence, the keeper, coming up big. We are now into stoppage time. We have 4 minutes to go. Here in the grand final, Broadbeach, they've just survived their biggest scare of the afternoon. Carina. They just need one more chance. Can they get it? And over the sideline it goes. And they push on. It's a long throw and in behind Smith. But coming back to mop up is Prince. She's got the only goal of the game. And can she have just as big a say at the other end of the pitch? A sub coming on now for Broadbeach. Anderson being withdrawn. There's Ella Schultz coming on. Anderson's gone through a mountain of work, and her job will be primarily a defensive one here in second half stoppage time. Carina coming forward in numbers, just over the head of Lutton, and there's no one there. And Broadbeach first to react. Here they come in numbers, looking to put the game away. And then the blind pass is intercepted by Liss. And Lutton bearing down on it, lunging in, but can't keep it under control. Here's the substitute Schultz. She'll cut inside, able to keep her feet with the advantage. And just calmly plays it off to a teammate. Now back on the ball, Schultz. She's got Tamalue right there. She might go herself. Fired, and it's saved there by Kirkwood. On the follow-up, Schultz sends it over the bar. And now, Carina, they've got the ball. Can they do something with it? It's going right down to the wire in the BWPL Grand Final. It's Carina who get the throw in. Both players calling for it. And Prince just with another interception. Headed over the sideline by Norton. Carina just edging forward bit by bit. Yeah, back on the ball, Phillips, she's clipped. And it is going to be a free kick now for Carina. Surely Kirkwood has to come forward here. On my watch, 60 seconds left. She's calling to the bench. Will she come forward, Kirkwood? And Phillips has left the ball. She's calling to Rockefay over to take. This is time they do not have. It's all hectic here. And Kirkwood eventually coming forward. She's making her run, but I don't think she's going to get into the box in time. In comes the delivery. Towards the spot, looking for the head. Finds one. Still going. Phillips there, closest to the ball. Behind it goes for the corner. This has got to be last chance saloon for Carina. We are almost out of time. Kirkwood staying back. Not making the run here, and Rockefay with the ball into the box. Desperation time for Carina. Can't get it by the first defender, Norton, and headed away. And now it is a substitute Hunt who will just send it over the sideline. Cannot be too long to go. The long throw in over the head of Phillips. It's over the touch line, and it's going to be a goal kick. Broadbeach once again survive. Cannot be too long left now. The discretion of the referee. We did have that Substitute early on in stoppage time, and it's just hacked over the sideline. Anywhere will do for Broadbeach. Over it goes. They get the throw in, Broadbeach. And they'll just take the time, set themselves. Over the sideline from Fry. And that is it. Broadbeach complete the set. Premiers Cup Grand Final 1-0 winners. Thanks to Jodie Prince's 15th minute goal. And then they held on for Carina. They pushed and they pushed, but they could not break them down. Congratulations, Broadbeach. What a season. As the celebrations continue, we will sign off here and get ready for the men's grand final coming your way in about 40 minutes on the Football Queensland YouTube. I'm James Coghlan. It's been a pleasure bringing you the action. Stay tuned for more action coming your way.
Fantastic tussle right to the end. Truly representative of women's football in Brisbane and South East Queensland. Can I ask both clubs to slowly make their way over to the presentation area, please, and we will commence proceedings. can have everyone's attention, we'll get things underway for the Brisbane Women's Premier League Grand Final presentations. Good afternoon everyone and welcome to Perry Park for the 2021 Brisbane Premier and Capital League Final Series. We're obviously here on a Sunday and today sees the culmination of 3 days worth of finals across the Capital League Men's and Women's and Brisbane Women's and Brisbane Men's Premier Leagues. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we work and live, and today we meet, socialise and play and watch football. We recognise the oldest living civilisation in the world, and today and always we pay respect to elders past and present. We recognise the country north of the Brisbane River as the home of both the Yagara and Turrbal people. As we get underway to the official presentations, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank a few people and organisations for their support. Firstly, the Brisbane Strikers Football Club and both Bruce Adden Evans, Bruce Dinsdale and Bobby McLaren, for hosting us today and for the next few weeks. We appreciate your support for football across South East Queensland and Brisbane, so a round of applause for the Brisbane Strikers Football Club, please. To the Football Queensland staff, especially the Metro Competitions team, and our staff here today from an events perspective in operating today, yesterday and Friday. Thanks for everything you've done to make sure this is a smooth and seamless event and everyone's enjoying themselves. A round of applause for the staff, please. And finally, to all of the clubs involved in all Brisbane Metro competitions, including obviously Broadbeach and Rabina. 2021 has been largely successful because of you all. The players, the coaches, the referees, support staff, club committees, administrators, volunteers, everyone involved, the spectators obviously as well, are hugely successful. Thanks for your assistance in making it all happen. Despite the many challenges of 2021, pandemic, administrative and otherwise, we persevered and remained the only state to deliver a full slate of competitions for every participant. So thank you to all. A round of applause for everyone. Now for the presentations. Up here with me this afternoon I have the CEO from Football Queensland, Robert Cavalucci, to present the winners' medals, former Matilda and Football Queensland staff and Bryony Deuce to present the runners-up, and our state referee manager and FIFA referee, Jackie Herford, to present the match officials. To our match officials, Shane, Paul, Kathy and Andrew, thanks for everything you did this evening. If I can ask you to come up and collect your match officials' medals for officiating the grand final. Once again for our match officials, please. Now to the game itself. A game indicative of where women's football is at the moment in South East Queensland, Queensland and Australia. Strength to strength. Broadbeach obviously have been the front runners in the Brisbane Women's Premier League for much of the year. But as AC Carina showed on their day, they can compete with anyone. So a huge round of applause for both teams, if I may. Women's football celebrated some milestone moments in 2021. We celebrated the 100th anniversary of football, not only in Brisbane, Queensland, but also in Australia, whilst also being awarded the 2023 Women's World Cup. So we're excited with the things we have to come. Can I ask the AC Carina captain to come forward, accept the runners-up medal, and say a few words on behalf of AC Carina.
Here we go. First of all, thanks to the Strikers for hosting us. Thanks to Football Queensland for putting on a good day. Thank you to the referees an achievement, and everyone should be really proud. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes at Carina, so Nick, Josh, Jazz, thank you for giving us the chance to play football and for really investing in the women's game. Thank you to Arash and Josh for your constant patience and effort and commitment throughout the year. Without you guys always pushing us to be better, we wouldn't be where we are today, so thank you. We have to give an absolute massive thank you to our reserve grade girls. They played an epic grand final themselves last night, and as they've done all year, they backed us up again today and came off the bench. Massive congratulations to Kat, who's played nearly 2 games every week for the last 6 months, so thank you, Kat. And finally, to all our girls, we've got so much to be proud of. We had to overcome some obstacles this year. It's no secret we had some players leave mid-year and we had to rebuild. And we really put the effort in and got stuck in and ground the results out. So even with long-term injuries to multiple people, we really had to dig deep. And with the help of our resi girls that stepped up, I think we should all be really proud and celebrate this year.
If I can call the AC Carina players, coaching staff, and all staff up to accept their runners-up medals, please. Feel free to give them a big cheer, a round of applause and support. The Brisbane Women's Premier League 2021 Grand Final runners-up, AC Carina. Now on to our winners. I had the pleasure of presenting a couple of trophies to them this year. The Brisbane Women's Premier League Premiership Trophy, going through an undefeated season. The Elaine Watson Cup a fortnight ago, and tonight, the Grand Final winners. Can I call the Broadbeach captain up to say a few words, please? They have done the treble.
Wow, I don't know how to follow after the AC captain. That was awesome, great speech. But first of all, I'd like to thank the referees. That was a great match, well done.
undefeated premiers, the Lane Watson Cup winners, and grand final winners doing the treble. Broadbeach Football